We're looking at the next door, right?
Yeah.
134. Yeah. So 134, we started around 1203. Okay? So at 1203, the doors open from the inside.
Okay.
Deadbolt's released.
Okay.
Again, I don't know how you can release the deadbolt unless the door is actually not closed. How do you release the deadbolt after it's open? I don't know. So it had to be open but closed. Okay, so
it's weird.
So anyway, they opened it, then released the deadbolt. The card was accepted, and then the door closed.
It's backwards. They're testing the card out again.
So the only explanation I have for this method here is if you are a person who's in the room and you're leaving the room.
Yeah.
Doors already
You're testing your card
before you leave.
You're always testing your card before you leave.
Right. So you
It's
go.
a habit. It's a habit.
Open it. It's already, the door's already popped open.
Right.
You're opening it. You release the deadbolt because you want the door to close completely when you're gone.
Right.
The door's not closed completely when you're in it, but it's going to be closed completely when you're gone. So you open up the door, you release the deadbolt, you walk around to the other side, you test your card, it's green, you let the door close, and then that's the only explanation for this.
Yeah. Okay.
So that card that was accepted for room 134 was issued by a guy named Corpilla.
From Mandalay Bay.
From Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
The card number is number 65. The last two digits is number 65. Then at 1211, now that was 1203. At 1211, the doors open from the inside. Okay? Card is checked. Now remember, the door is open from the inside. There's no deadbolt. You see? There's no deadbolt release.
They didn't say any deadbolt release, did they?
The only time that we've seen a deadbolt, most of the time, is when we think the door's actually open.
Right.
Okay? So anyway, the door is open from the inside. Somebody checks their card. It's actually room 135 card. There's an error.
Okay.
They use another card, which is 134 card.
Okay.
Card's accepted. Doors closed. Same process.
Right.
The two cards that were actually used, the one that's not accepted and the one that is. The one not accepted is the last two digits was number 19 for 135. Issued by Jay Wheeler. All right.
Okay.
The one that was accepted for 134 is, again, the last two digits, same as the one before, 65.
Yeah.
Only this time, that number 65 for room 134 card was issued by Jay Wheeler, not Corpillo.
That's interesting. So they went, did they go down and exchange cards, possibly?
I don't know. I'm looking for the sworn statement for Corpilla, Jay Wheeler.
Yeah.
And all that.
Or someone came at they came at two different times. That could be too. So, yeah.
All right, so that's 1211. At 12, so the door's closed, right? They check it, it doesn't work. They put the other card in, it does work. The door closes.
Okay.
Again, the assumption is somebody's in there. They leave at 1203 because they check their card. This is the routine, right? They open it up, they check their card, close the door, left.
Yeah.
1211, somebody did the exact same thing. They came out, they checked their card, didn't work. This is the card that actually works. They left. Door closed. At 12:30 in the afternoon, the card, somebody does the card, and it's the wrong card. It's 135. Okay? Error.
Okay.
Nothing else happens until 12:51. So whoever checked it didn't have 134's key.
Right.
Right?
Right.
They had the wrong, so they checked it. It doesn't work. All right. That's weird.
Yeah. Now it's weird too, because it's not like it's a room that you would confuse. Okay.
Right.
Because 135 is at the very end, and 134 would be on the side.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't like confuse two side doors like sometimes, sometimes
right.
you do. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
You walk down the hallway and you're like, oh crap,
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that because 135 guy knows that 135 was way down here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's at the end. It's facing towards you. Okay.
Mhm.
So go ahead.
And it's a suite.
Yeah.
All right. So at 12:11, door closes. At 12:30, somebody goes up to room 134 and tries a card out. It's the wrong card. It's actually a 135 card.
Okay.
At 12:51, right? I mean, we're talking 20 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
The door is opened from the inside. And then closed. Okay?
Okay.
At 1:19 in the afternoon, the door is opened from the inside.
Okay.
Then closed. At 1:25 in the afternoon, the door is opened from the inside and then closed.
What the heck?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Man.
Okay.
Right.
So how long does this go on?
Well, we're getting there.
Okay.
At 1:27, now you're talking at 12:51, that happens, right? Doors open from the inside,
Right.
door closes. So you're talking 12:51, 1:19, 1:25, and 1:27.
Okay.
It happens. Every single one of those. At 1:27, or let's say 1:28, the page is missing from the investigation.
Oh my gosh.
Okay? No. It's scanned in here, and that scan is cut off in appendix.
Of course it is.
So between 1:28, let's say, and 2:22 p.m., we don't have any information.
Okay.
It is what it is. Good question. At 2:23 in the afternoon, the deadbolt's thrown. Okay?
Okay.
Now look, we have a huge gap in time here.
Right.
With all the activity, there's a huge gap in time. It's not that, it's almost an hour, but here it's a huge gap in time. So the deadbolt's thrown at 2:23.
Right.
I mean, who's in there? At 3:24, the deadbolt's released and the door's open from the inside.
Okay.
So that tells me that the door was actually shut completely with the deadbolt on.
Right.
Because this is literally the only time we've seen so far where the deadbolt was released before the door was open from the inside.
Right.
But it registered like that, so we know it registers correctly.
Yeah.
We have to assume it registers correctly like that.
Right.
Okay. So at 7:40, deadbolt's released, door is open from the inside, door is closed, deadbolt thrown.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Now, we don't know if the door's completely closed or not.
Right.
And at 7:40, at 9:29,
again,
on room 134, the deadbolt is released and the door is open from the inside. So we know that the door was actually closed, shut, with the deadbolt thrown at 7:40.
Right.
and it never opened. So it was shut, closed, sealed, sight and sealed, delivered, deadbolt at 7:40.
Right.
All the way to 9:29. At 9:29, the deadbolt's released. The door is opened from the inside. Can you guess what happens at that point?
No.
Somebody checks a card in, and it's the 130. It's a good card issued by, it's card 65 for room 134, issued by Jay Wheeler. It works. The door's closed.
Wow.
Okay? 9:29. It's getting good,
Put
man.
you on speaker. I'm losing power.
Getting good. At 9:31, somebody tests it, right? They put the card in. It doesn't take their card. It's 135 card. I mean, we just had somebody leave there at 9:29. Right?
Right.
Somebody opens the door, they test the card, it works, they close the door. That's 9:29. At 9:31, somebody tests it, it doesn't work. It's 135 card by Jay Wheeler. They put another one in, it's 134 card by Jay Wheeler. That's the issuer. It's accepted. They open the door, then they close the door. This is literally the first time ever in both of these rooms that the code 912, door is open, is used.
Huh.
Every other time, the door is opened from inside is the remark, and it's code 917. So so we have to assume that it is from the inside. So everybody that's coming out of that room, all these rooms. But at 9:31, the door is open. It's code 912. I have to assume that means somebody opens it from, it's an unlocked door and they open it from the hallway. You have to, I mean, what's the difference between the code 917 and 912?
Both rooms were open at 9:29.
Yeah, so I've merged that, and I'm going to show it how people are actually at these doors doing things simultaneously at 9:29.
Right.
Can't be one person. Okay? But what's interesting is, so 912 is the code. The guest door's open, then it closes. At 9:34, somebody goes in, checks their card, doesn't work. Does 134 card, it works. Again, code 912, door is open. Not from the inside. This is the second time that code has been used. Never was used on room 135. It's the only two times it's ever used. So at 9:34, 9:31 and 9:34, code 912, door is opened. I'm assuming means from the hallway. That somebody actually opened it from the hallway and walked in at 9:31 and 9:34. This is room 134 again.
Wow.
At 9:39, room 134 is opened from the inside. Okay? At 9:40, I mean, we're getting pretty close.
Yeah.
At 9:40, the door is closed, deadbolt thrown. Okay?
Interesting.
We don't know if that means it's open, the door's open or not, right? We just know it's thrown. We don't know if the door's shut or it's open. So we're almost done. So at 9:40, the door is closed, the deadbolt's thrown. At 9:43, the deadbolt's released, and the door is open from the inside. So we have to assume you had two people walk in, one at 9:31, one at 9:34, right? somebody actually opened the door at 9:39, closed the door through the deadbolt, and the door was actually shut, closed. Because then at 9:43, I mean, we're coming up the crunch time.
Right.
Here. At 9:43, the deadbolt's released and the door's open from the inside, and the deadbolt's thrown. Then the deadbolt is released, never closes. Okay? Then the door's closed, and then the deadbolt's thrown again. So we're talking 9:44. So from 9:43, 9:44, in that minute there,
Right.
the deadbolt's released, the door's open from the inside, the deadbolt's thrown, the deadbolt's released, the door closes, deadbolt thrown. To make sure it's locked, I guess, right? That's what I would assume. All right, crunch time. And this is all surprising because I thought both rooms were like locked down like at 6 p.m. I mean, okay. And 135, the room, nothing else happened after 9:29, remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing else happened after 9:29 in room 135.
Right. So last thing we know is at 9:44, deadbolt's thrown. Somebody's inside the room.
Yeah.
All right. At 9:46, which is a couple minutes later, the door's open from the inside. This is 134, by the way. The room with the cart in front of it. All right?
Right.
Door's open, 9:46. The door's open from the inside. The deadbolt's released. How does that happen?
I don't know.
The door has to still had to
It
have
has
been
to be.
open. Had to have been open. So then let's go back. So at 9:44, the deadbolt's released, the door's closed, deadbolt thrown. Meaning the door's still open.
Right.
Has to be.
Because
the next thing that happens 2 minutes later at 9:46, somebody opens the door from the inside, then the deadbolt's released.
Right.
Closes the door.
Right.
Opens the door again from the inside. Throws the deadbolt. Releases the deadbolt. Closes the door. Throws the deadbolt.
Some weird stuff, man.
9:47 is where we're at right now. 9:47, man. The shooting, everything occurred like within 15 minutes of that, right?
Right.
20 minutes of that.
Right.
So if we assume that the shooting was at 10:10, we're talking 9:49.
Right.
Now what we will do is we need to understand what time Campos called
Right.
anyone.
Right.
Because if we know the time he called anybody, we know basically where he was.
Right.
If he used the phone on the wall or he used his cell phone and we got the number, the time stamp of that, it's easy, right? We could time it because it's a minute to get down the hallway. It's a minute to come back. He walked halfway down. It's like 30 seconds then to go back when he got shot. So he had to have been in the hallway at 9:49. Although he says he got called at 10. We don't know the timestamps.
Right.
All we're doing right now at this video is just showing the door information. So what we have here, where we combine these, is we have not only 9:29 where two activities are occurring simultaneously with 135 and 134. Okay? But if you track the keys, who issued them, and the key numbers, what you come up with is Jay Wheeler issued key number 19 for room 135. Okay? Colton, C. Colton, issued a key number 19 as well for room number 35, 135. Jay Wheeler issued key number 65 for room number 134.
Mm-hmm.
And Carpilla issued key number 65 for room 134.
Okay.
4 keys. 2 for 135, 2 for 134. 3 people
Right.
issued those cards. Wheeler, Colton, Carpillo.
Yeah.
Or I'm assuming it's Orpilla, so C Orpilla. But there's 4. Where are theirs, right? Where's theirs? Now, when we talk about the video, we'll show those 3 other people. We only heard one person, like Paddock, was registered, but then in the room, the command center, the dispatch room, law enforcement is saying there's 3 women registered to Paddock's room.
All right, the registered guest is going to be last name of Paddock, P-A-D-D.
Has anybody spoken to Morris?
I just did.
What do you think?
He said that's what he left in the street because he was nice in the farewell.
Oh.
Okay. And then
All right. Okay, so room 135 on the 32nd floor, registered guest, last name is Paddock. On the 32nd floor. That's where I believe the shooting's coming from.
Go to the spot and
The guest named Paddock, P-A-D-D-O-C-K. O-C-K. First name's Steven with a P-H. And he's registered there with 3 other females. I don't know, you want all their names. Are you there? Yeah, there's 3 other females staying there with him.
Okay, I need you to rescue.
I don't know if they have anyone on that floor yet. Last I heard, SWAT was on the 31st floor. I don't know if they're making that. No, security say that's where the shooting's coming from. Yep. Hold on. Are you there? They have a new checkout date. They checked in on the 25th, and they're checking out on October 2nd. Yep, that's the checkout date. Checked in on the 25th. I think that's going to be important, like when they need to check cameras or, do parts of it. All right? All right. Bye.
That's where we stand.
Interesting. Interesting.
So if anybody out there has any information for me to update this, send it to me. twintalkradio@gmail.com. Just send an email.
We're so close, man.
I know. It's too easy.
So close.
I had easier stuff than this in school, man. The fact they can't identify this is they didn't want to identify it.
Right.
But man, I mean, we're just doing this, as a hobby. What the heck?
Oh my gosh.
So
This is piecing and parting this thing together, and you can see how manipulated it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the times, how coordinated, where 929 comes up into play.
Absolutely. What we need to do is we need to understand the personal cell phone that Jesus used to call dispatch.
Right.
And if it's a Sprint, if it's a Verizon, if it's T-Mobile, what is it?
Right.
And then somebody needs to do a FOIA request, basically, right? A freedom of information of some sort, and have them release that.
Yes, because those times are important.
That one time that he called dispatch should be releasing that time.
Yeah.
So if anybody out there has that time, it is the time we need, because we can backtrack everything based off of that one call.
Yeah.
Based on how long it takes to walk and everything else. We got it all.
Yep.
So that's all I got. If anybody has anything, twintalkradio@gmail.com. Bruce Benedict. And my little brother, Brian.
Awesome, man. I can't wait to do the next one.
All right. We're there. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Bye.